Hey guys, Steve here. I'm going to show you how I submit cards to PSA. Now, there's no real perfect way to submit. It's quite simple once you do it a few times, but the first few times can definitely be a bit daunting and fill you with anxiety. So I'm here to help you. Now, once we get to the end of the video, I'll explain like the shipping and everything, and I'll explain, that it is stressful. Don't get me wrong. It definitely is stressful sending any cards to PSA, or any cards across the world. So we'll just get into it. Now, if you want to send a PSA, you have to send them in card savers. I use these Palms Off Gaming card savers. You can use Cardboard Gold card savers. It all works great, but you have to use card savers. So first and foremost, you might be able to use top loaders. I'm not really too sure, but just use card savers. They're just so much better for like taking cards in and out. Now, if you don't know how to put a card in a card saver, you don't have to take it out. Pretty much, you want to expand the top bit just with a bit with your thumb, and you just want to put some pressure on the side of the card, and then the card will slide out. Pretty much. You just want to hold the pressure and you just slide the card out. Now you want to use a soft penny sleeve, so if it does scrape against the front, there's no it's not a big issue if it does that. So pretty much this is how I take it out, and then when you take it in and when you put it in, it's pretty much the same period. I mean, you know how to put a card in a sleeve. I don't need to explain that to you, but we'll get into it. So now you want to make an account on PSA. If you want to submit through the bulk level, I'm just going to move this camera up here. If you want to submit through the bulk level, you're going to have to pay the $100 fee. But otherwise, you just want to go to top right, hit submit, and then you want to go to this button and press start. And then you go here, start new submission. So these are all submissions that I've already done. You want to go regular or small size trading cards. Grading, no autograph authentication. I've never submitted an autograph card. I don't really know which one of these is important to an autograph. So maybe ask someone who knows autograph cards. But other than that, we're just doing normal trading cards. We go next, and then these are all the value tiers. If you have a more expensive card, so I'll just pull this one out. This one would probably go under the $75 tier, because otherwise if you submit this card in bulk, they'll just upcharge you the $75 tier, because it's probably around that value. Now, we're submitting bulk cards today. I just really think when you're starting, just submit every card through bulk, and maybe you get away with not paying the upcharge. It definitely does happen. Just remember, if they do damage it, there is a risk they'll only pay you out $199, so be careful. Don't send all your Charizards in bulk. But I'll just go closer to the screen here. Now this is how I do it. I get Pokemon Japanese, and then I Control C, and I get ready to copy and paste it because I'm going to do it a lot. And this is Psyduck from Miracle of the Desert. So it's 2003 and 014. I just type in 2003 014. And then usually in the top 10, it'll be there, because there's a lot of cards that are 014 in 2003, but we see it's right there. Make sure you get the right one, first edition or not. I just put $99. I'm not really too fussed about the values of each card for my bulk submissions. It's only to do with the insured value if they do damage them. So this is an Entei EX, so I Control V, type in 2003 001, and there it is. I mean, this is the most simple way that I know how to do it. If you know a better way, put it down in the comments, and I would love to learn. But the next card is this Houndoom. So now there's a lot of cards 004 from all the years of 2003, but it's just down here, this Team Magma's Houndoom. So you just got to kind of know what the Pokemon is, and if you don't, you can just Google it really easily. Just like the year, and then the card number, and then the set number, because it'll find it easily. But otherwise, we'll just do that. Now I'll finish off the submission, then I'll get the label printed and everything, and we'll figure it out at the end there. Okay, so now I have my submission finished. Now when I submit the cards, I just keep the ones I'm submitting on the right and the ones I've submitted on the left. And when I submit them, I pick them up and I flip it over, and then I place it. So when the submission's finished, the first card is on the top. So I hope that makes sense. It's pretty easy. Now, let me just put my last card in before I forget. So I'm going to put it back on my computer screen. Hopefully I don't show anything that I don't want anyone to see. So we got this Zartu, and it is a 2004 Pokemon, and it is number 37. So 2004 037, it should come up somewhere around here. Clash of Blue Sky, Zartu first edition. Now, after this, you want to scroll to the bottom and you want to hit next. Then it brings you to this final screen. Takes a little while. I got that Australian internet. Now, you don't want to ship back to the vault, because that's crap. You want to ship back to you. I can't click that button because it'll show all my details. So what I'll do is I'll pause and I'll get to the next screen afterwards. And after you go through the thing, you put your address in, you make sure you have a saved address, you have a saved Visa card or something you can use, an online card to pay for the submission. All the cards I submitted are here. You generally will want to double check them. I don't double check them because PSA will just fix my mistakes. Then you just go here, you just click this box, and then you go next. Now we hit next and we're on the last part. It just tells you what to do. Pretty much what I'm explaining in this video, I'll do it in a second. Just how to arrange the box, put them in the order they're on the submission form, package them correctly, and you've already agreed to the terms. You want to print the pages. So this is a label here. You want to print this out and you want to stick it to the outside of the box. So when PSA gets the box in, they can just go beep, scan it, and they'll let you know they have the box. They don't have to open the submission and everything. They did this recently. So, and when you're shipping it also, here are the shipping options. This one here is through, if you're in Australia, Australia Post. And if you want to ship by FedEx, you can do that from Australia. It gets there in like 3 days. It's really good. You go to this address. I usually send by Australia Post for cheap submissions, and for more expensive ones, I go through FedEx. I hope that makes sense. And then you hit this print submission form. So I'm going to print the forms now, and then I'll show you how I package. So now I've printed the submission forms. This is just a blank piece of paper. It's really hard to show the forms without showing private information. But this is just the cards I've submitted. And this is what I do. I just chuck them in this. I get a big resealable bag. People, they saran wrap the cards. They put like a little elastic band around the cards. They get a hair tie and put it around the cards. There's no wrong way. I would never put the cards in a box loose, but they use the card saver boxes. I only do like 35 cards at a time, so this is just easy for me. I just chuck the piece of paper in there, and then I usually just fold it around itself. All the cards stay nice and snug. They can move up and down. It's not a big deal. You can put a rubber band around that if you want, or you can just pack it tight, or maybe just put a piece of tape here if you really like. This is another submission I prepared earlier. So if I have multiple, I just put them in the same box. I can probably fit another one there, and I can box this up. Maybe put this box inside another larger box, or put it in like a bubble envelope, and then just put PSA's address on, and then we're shipped. And then right as you finish and you have your shipping label, get something like this, and you print the label I mentioned on the other side, and you just chuck it on the side of the box, just like that, or on the front, or you can get two of them, one on the bottom, one on the side. They'll figure it out. They get submissions from everyone all around the world. Everyone does it differently. There's no like correct way. I'm sure if you go to PSA's website, there's probably somewhere there of how they do it. Now, I have so many more cards to submit. I've done around 40 submissions in the past day. The reason why I break them apart and do 35 cards at a time is because in Australia, if I pay more than $1,000 for a service from overseas and then bring the service back to this country, I have to pay import tax and duties and like $100 FedEx fee, and it stops my box for like a week. So if you keep it under $1,000, around 35 to 40 cards will generally be pretty safe in case you get an upcharge on one or two, or if you like the currency swings, you'll be really safe. So I just do it that way to answer the question of everyone asking that. I hope this helps. If you want to see other ways, other videos, just ask. I can make as many. I got plenty of time to do this. So this is some other cards I'm submitting. If you want to know how I check the cards or whatever or anything, just ask. No problem. Have a great day.